West are proposing that Ukraine concede the Donbass, the eastern territory, to Russia, so as to bring an end to the bloodshed, to bring an end to the war. But those experts may have lost sight of one key part of what motivates Ukrainians. They know what and who they're fighting against. They know life under Russian repression. I want to warn you, some of the images we're about to bring you are graphic and disturbing.
Only 25 years ago, here in Lviv, Ukraine, this statue, cast in bronze, was erected. A Ukrainian breaking free of Russian bondage. The inscription, "To the victims of communist crimes." The statue was built under the initiative of a former Soviet prisoner. And there are other such survivors, still alive, still sharing their stories.
But they were that small? A little bit bigger.
Miroslav Marinovich is vice rector of Ukrainian Catholic University in Lviv and a former prisoner in a Soviet gulag in the Ural Mountains. We met up with him at Ukraine's National Museum and Memorial of Victims of Occupation Regimes, which highlights Polish, Nazi, and Soviet oppression.
This is the place where the tragedy is concentrated. It's a very painful place.
Tiny cement cells and tools of deliberate discomfort, even torture by the Soviets, used against critics and human rights activists, such as Marinovich, who is held in a similar place.
I was with one other prisoner.
In the 1970s, he and other activists dared to document and publish Soviets' humanitarian violations in Ukraine, similar to what Putin is trying to prevent news and human rights organizations from doing today.
We were arrested, punished with maximum terms as most dangerous state criminals.
This is just because you detailed human rights abuses and wrote about it. That was your crime?
Yes, yes, it was the only crime of mine. And of course, the Soviet Union questioned everything we wrote. It denied any violations, and we were treated as liars, and for that punished.
7 years of hard labor, followed by 3 more in exile in a small town in Kazakhstan, for telling the truth about the brutality of the Kremlin.
Mass killings, mass torturing, awful information war against local population. Now we see the same technique in the eastern of Ukraine. If Putin prevails, then the whole Ukraine will be intimidated with awful terror. So I'm very afraid of that.
Faulkner once said, "The past is never dead, it's not even past." The people of Ukraine, they don't have to imagine what life would be like under Russian rule, the oppression, the cruelty. They've already lived it. The cells that held dissidents and human rights activists, those cells are still here.
Since 2005, Russia officially is the heir of the Soviet Union and views themselves as a continuation of the Soviet Union.
The museum's historian, who curates cruelty for a living, has this warning for the world.
We know from Ukrainian history about 3 genocides against the Ukrainian people, and history is repeating once again.
Do you think the fact that Ukrainians like yourself have been through this, have survived it, have been strong enough to get here, does that give you any hope that you'll be able to get through this?
I'm absolutely sure that Ukraine will win this war, because we understand the danger that may happen with us if Putin wins.
Marinovich warns he hears echoes, not only of Stalin in what Putin says, but of past world leaders who tried to appease Stalin, in the words of those who seek today to appease Putin.
He was victorious, so the world decided, okay, for security reason, we would better preserve peace. But for us, it was like living seeds in the ground. And now we see that these seeds are blossoming again. Seeds of crimes, seeds of communist ideology, communist visions. That's why my appeal now to the world is, please do not commit the same mistake. In order to preserve security, to leave these Putin's seeds in ground again.